Venu spoke about new age products where technology is moving, how it is relevant in today's times. But in between he asked one question, how many of you have seen SAP screens? And I didn't see more than 7-8% hands going up. So I can safely assume that many of those attending today have not ventured on to probably world-class ERP till date. That is what the assumptions I have today. And what I'm going to touch upon is, I'm going to touch upon at a very base level ERP. And I would like this session to be more interactive rather than me bombarding you with presentations. Of course, I have enough number of slides, hundreds of slides I am carrying. But at the same time, please feel free to ask me any questions, even if it is at a very basic level. So the thing is that, I will also get the satisfaction of interacting with all of you. Here I am saying that I am just going to give you a glimpse of SAP solution for real estate industry. The word I am using glimpse because what I am expecting is that today we do not have that much of time wherein I can take you through entire solution. It takes hours and hours together to even give you a complete end-to-end presentation on ERP like SAP. But at the same time, I'll give you an overview, an idea what all the things can be done at in base ERP. And I would request you to get in touch with my person Vinayak, who operates from Bangalore. His card is there in the pamphlets. Along with pamphlet, his card is given. If you feel it is interesting, you please invite us. We'll come to your organization and we'll take you through an entire cycle of ERP, how it is working for real estate industry. And that time probably you will understand more in depth. At the same time, I would like to say that I 3-4 times use the word real estate. The reason being, I know that here few people have come from contracting business also, and some of you have come from pure play consulting background. But at the same time, I think almost 90% of the crowd sitting here is real estate, and that's why we took a call to focus more on real estate. When we focus more on real estate, of course, contracting, subcontracting becomes a subset, so it caters to both. And if at all I'm missing on, the consultants who have come over here, please forgive me for that. You can ask me questions. I do not have any very specific slides for consultants, but many of those areas would be relevant to them as well. Just very quickly about my organization, as I mentioned in the beginning, Highbar Technologies, we represent Highbar Technologies, which is HCC group company, and some of our other companies like Lavasa city that HCC is building is the largest construction that is going on in India. 25,000 acres of development that they are doing near Pune in Lavasa. Charosa vineyards are there, and Steiner AG, what I mentioned you about acquiring this organization in Switzerland. Now, how Highbar came in picture? See, you'll find that we are not typically technology guys as such. We come from business. As I said earlier, that I come with many years of experience within HCC. As a civil engineer, worked at various project sites. When my own group wanted to implement, that time we came in picture. We did it within our group, and then when we realized that we are the leaders, we are the first to do it end-to-end implementation in this industry in entire India, why not to make business out of it? And that is how Highbar was born. So that is the background. So you will always find that the entire core from Highbar comes with on-ground experience. Now, this is a different approach than normally any other organizations would have taken. You know, the technology guy comes on the board, they try to understand the business, and then they try to adopt technology. We have come exactly from opposite direction. Our engagement is like this with SAP. We are, in our group, 1,400 SAP license strong implementation within our group. We are also been selected by SAP on their global advisory body for advising them on continuous improvement of SAP product for this industry. And third most important thing for us today is we are the partners of SAP. Now, we are only 4 years old in this industry, but within 4 years, we have got gold partnership status from SAP, and we are VAR partners, that is value added resellers of SAP also. So this we could achieve because something unprecedented we made it happen in this industry, and this is the proof of that. The kind of customers that we got is number of customers are 80 now, 80. You'll find that 95% of these names are from real estate, infrastructure industry only. The reason being, you know, we focus only on one industry. And very interestingly, I think in Bangalore, our success rate is more than 90%. I don't know whether I'm missing any one of them done by somebody else. But you take the name in Bangalore, and Highbar has done that implementation when it comes to SAP in real estate. Salarpuria is our implementation over here. Bhartiya City is our implementation over here. Then Brigade, which was done earlier, we did retrofit and then completely revitalized that implementation, a kind of re-implementation you can say, and we have become a strategic partners over there. And quite a few are in offering. Just to tell you that one more company, which is in Bangalore only I'm talking about, one more company which is not in real estate sector but some way connected to that is IKEA. That implementation also, I think yesterday or today we would have gone live there also. IKEA is into manpower supply business, having their office here in Bangalore, and they are also into facility management. So that is where we stand today. After getting a lot of success in India, we also started Highbar subsidiary in Dubai, and we have got 5 big customers today running there. Now let's get on to business. See, the base ERP solution for real estate, if you look at it, the entire cycle will go through a pre-construction phase. You know, that is typically a planning, before planning stage, that is conceptualization stage. Then you have a planning and budgeting, then you execute the project, and then you maintain the project. What happens in SAP, you will be able to capture everything end to end with seamless integration. See, many a times people ask question that if SAP is not there, are you saying that we are not doing all those things in the system? Of course you are doing, and that's why you are running your organization. There is no question about it. But probably you are doing it in a different system wherein the tight integration doesn't exist. So that is where, you know, we always find that whenever we go to various prospects, companies, talk to them, I have seen many people saying that yes, we have ERP. So what is new that you are going to bring on the table? What we tell them is that it is, if you look, what is the definition of ERP? It has to be a very tightly integrated. If at all any accounting impact has to happen, it has to happen first at logistic level, at the base level, and automatically that impact should be seen in your financials, finally in your balance sheet or P&L. Now you will see here that let me ask a few questions. I mean, as I saw very few people raising hands when he asked question whether you have seen SAP skills. May I ask how many people are from a real estate industry here? May I see their hands? Okay, so most of you are from real estate industry. Uh, are you using some kind of ERP today? What kind of ERPs you are using? Which ERPs you are using? Info Velocity. Yeah, yeah. Any other company using any ERP? Acha, Quadra. Yeah, IB. Right, right. See, let me share my own organization's experience also. This is a typical progression through which organizations will go. In my own organization, in earlier times, in 1980s, we had silo-based systems, in-house developed systems. Then we went on to local products. Now, when at that time we evaluated various products, obviously, when you look at local products and you leave it to your employees, if topmost management is not involved, I can bet you that they'll end up selecting a local product. Reason I'll tell you. The local products, their look and feel, their screens, their reports, you feel is exactly same what you are doing in everyday life, and that's a great comfort that it gives to you. But beyond that, when you start using it, you realize that there is a problem with base engine. The look and feel wise, everything are exactly same as what we are doing in everyday life, is because those ERPs are developed keeping in mind your reports and forms only. So they look exactly like what you want, but they don't give what you really need. So as you start moving along, we also did the same thing in our organization. We use it for some time. What we realized that when we were doing the same business, somehow we were able to manage within our organization with local ERPs. Because, at that time it was not like, very dynamic kind of situation. Everyday things were not changing. We did not have great ambitions of getting into different areas. The business was as usual for years together. It was item rate contract means item rate contract. Nobody used to think much beyond those things. Nobody used to think much about BOT, boot, or any other kind of or SPVs. Different kinds of models started coming in, and those local ERPs were okay as long as those base things were happening. If at all new things required to be done in those base ERPs, you have to go and develop everything all over again, or you have to change base code. The moment you do all those things, then it creates hell lot of problems, because in business scenario, if you make one small change, you do not know where it is going to hit and when it is going to hit. So all these things started, creating trouble for my own organization. So we took a call to evaluate world-class ERPs somewhere in 2004. And that is where, I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to lead that team, and we evaluated various products and ended up selecting SAP as a product for my own group. In spite, by look and feel, probably it was not in first 3 or 4 products which we evaluated. So this is what is the background why we selected it for our organization. Now what we did in SAP, the implementation is done with one thing kept in absolutely constant at central place, that is work breakdown structure. Right from conceptualization stage, the entire project revolves around work breakdown structure. Now the fact is that in the initial stages, one may say, people coming from real estate industry obviously are going to say that I may not be even 70 or 60% clear what I am going to do at that stage, because as I move along, I start getting more and more clarity, and lot of things keep on changing as I move along. Yes, that is a fact of life, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be starting in a systematic way in the beginning itself. What we do is, we will provide you a format or base on which you can keep on building, and you can have a little bit of flexibility to change that as you move along. You can see here the initial stage during conceptualization stage and pre-construction stage. All the areas related to whether it is design related or approvals or land acquisition, everything you will find that you will be able to map very clearly in SAP. Then a lot of documentation happens in that phase, which keeps on happening later on also. you have document management system inbuilt in SAP, wherein, again, many people say that, of course, we also have some kind of document management system. Of course, not that SAP is bringing some rocket science in this area, but the fact is that in one product, when you have everything available, say for example, you have work breakdown structure. You have a real estate project wherein in one project you have got, say, building number 1, 2, 3, 4. And within that building number 1, 2, 3, 4, there are wings and there are floors. Now, if there is any specific drawing related to one particular work breakdown structure, you can directly link it to that particular area. So, at any given point in time, if you want to go to a link, you will have seamless links available over there. Similarly, in your sales and leasing area, right from your basic efforts of marketing, getting leads from the market, converting them, making them as your prospect, and then finally customer, entire thing can be mapped in SAP. I'll today give you some snapshots also, but before going there, may I request you, if you have any basic questions on this, I would request you to ask me.
I have a very basic question.
Yes, please. Yeah. Honestly speaking, I'm not that good at the cloud thing. Would you like to take this question?
So we have something called as a data recovery side. So okay, first thing first is that when SAP provides you our cloud offering, we provide a 100% accuracy and ensure that there is no breakdown at all. That is the first place. Yeah. So to ensure that when we are proposing a cloud offering to our customers, and we need to ensure that we are giving them the best and we are ensuring 100% business continuity. We have a concept called DRS. Okay, it's a data recovery site, and it is a virtual setup within our own cloud, and we don't charge that to you. But there are some customers, like for example ICICI Bank. The requirement which ICICI Bank had was that in case if there is even the minutest chance of a data crash anywhere, a data server crash, a replicate server, okay, should be created at that moment, okay, at that time, instantaneous, because they are dealing with loads of data, their credit card division or their ATM division are dealing with loads of data, and they need it at that moment. So for them, there is a product called, which we sell separately into the market. It's called replication server. This is from our acquisition which we did in 2011, Sybase. So Sybase is a very good product. It's called replication server. So we understand your business criticalness. If it is not so mission critical that if there is a breakdown in data server, which will not happen on cloud, in case if it happens, if you need a real-time backup, then we suggest you replication server. Otherwise, it is taken care by us with a virtual setup over there. I hope that answers. Thank you.
Any other question on functional side? I would be taking questions. On hardware side, and Venu will have to help you.
Yeah, I have a question on the functional side.
Yeah.
When most of the ERP, although I have not implemented, most of these ERP guys manage content and manage process. There is some kind of a lack of intelligence part of it.
Right.
It really doesn't. For somebody who is not so much into it, it is difficult for him to comprehend out of this ERP usage certain intelligence throughputs. Right. I would like to understand how this would enable. Right. Let's look at a simple sales process. While there is capturing of content and management of that content, end of the day, how would the system enable this guy with certain intelligent throughputs to understand where he's going right and where he's not?
Okay. I'll take first, and then if you want to add, you can. See, I would like to say that before doing analytics, first thing is that you have to set all your processes and data right. That is what ERP is going to do it for you. Once we set it right, we have got something called as BI and BO in SAP, business intelligence and business objects. Now, business intelligence, what it does it picks a data and puts it in a multidimensional cubes. Now, when data is put in multidimensional cubes, you are able to create a kind of analytics, whatever analytics you want to create on that data. And at the same time, its look and feel should be amazing, fantastic look and feel has to be there. SAP has ended up acquiring a leader company in this field, that is BO, business objects. Now that business objects gives you a very beautiful dashboards as such. Unfortunately today I don't have, but if you give us opportunity, I'll go and come and show it at your organization, how exactly it looks like and what kind of information and how you can drill down from your dials to a data. Yeah. Does that answer your question? Any other question, please? Now in sales and leasing area, many times the challenges that we face are inquiries get missed. Inquiries may come through just simple telephone call or email, or there could be various means through inquiries come. They may get missed. As an organization, we may not be having a very clear idea about which channel or which source is giving us the best results. Whether the newspaper ads are giving us the best results, or TV ads, or whatever posters that we put, or various means that advertisement or whatever we are using, which is the better lead for us, better source for lead for us. When lead comes to us, what happens to that? At what stage it stands? Whether the proper follow-up is happening with them or not, what kind of requirements are there, whether we are able to whether to suffice those requirements or not. Probably we miss that sometimes. Many times we may not have enough data about competitors, or the project place where we intend to do project. Probably we may not be having a complete market understanding about that area, what kind of demands are there in the market in that area. And of course, as Venu mentioned earlier about customer feedback, which is extremely important, probably we might be missing on those areas. Now, I'll not go into too much of details about this. I'll just show you a few of the screens wherein you can have a survey form. It could be as simple as having some defining some survey form. But the good part about is that whatever information gets collected at one point, at the first point of instance, keeps on moving forward, and it keeps on moving till it becomes your customer. And the same information even goes beyond that, and all the transactions related to customer will keep on happening in one system itself. You can see that various kind of questionnaires are set up. You will always be able to see what kind of transaction history that has happened with a particular customer, how that lead has got converted into opportunity, what stage it is, how much time it has taken, who are the salesperson from our side who have worked on it, how it got converted into customer, and when it becomes customer, what kind of the purchase that has made by the customer and the payment history. Even from employee perspective, you will be able to find out your salesperson how effective he is. And there would be few graphs available within CRM system of SAP itself, which can give you clarity about the analysis. Probably this analysis may not be as strong as analysis what BI BO will give, but at base level you will have some information available which will give you a graphical representation of what is happening within the organization. Now in pre-construction phase, your entire land management, these are SAP screens. You can see here, this is nothing but a work breakdown structure. Normally when we create work breakdown structure in paper or Excel sheet, it's always vertical, but here you are seeing the work breakdown structure is in a little bit different form. Here land and initial site development project we have taken, and we have gone on bifurcating it further to a down level. Now, again, many times people ask, what is so great about it? I would say that there is really not so much great about it, but the fact is that it's completely integrated. Whatever information that you are collecting will keep on moving seamlessly. You will never have a conflict of information from two sources. Information can be wrong, that's possible, because at the end, if you feed in garbage, the garbage is going to come out, but at least the information conflict will not be there. Two departments will not come with two different informations on the same subject, which very usually used to happen in my own organization also before ERP times. I recollect, the things like how much is the equipment asset. The accounts department used to project one figure, and for equipment division it used to be a different figure. It was a simple case because always there used to be a lot of conflict on understanding also and data flow also. Here you will find that the project is divided. Yeah, you can see here Mausa and Dak. These are typically, this project was done in eastern part of India. Here you might be using terminologies like maybe Hissa number, survey number, and all those terminologies. You will have a complete idea about at any given point in time what all the lands that you have bought. I do understand there are very many complexities. Whenever I talk about land, it's a very difficult subject to talk on forum. But when one-on-one we go, I can address all the difficulties related to land, because I do understand that everybody would not like to put everything in the system. Documentation related to land.